Is 2025 the worst year for the strongest battlegrounds? I'm here to answer that question. I say this because the lack of updates they have pushed out is a lot less than they did before. In fact, from what I can remember, they've only pushed out around 3 updates in total this year. That's insane. And there are other games that are pushing out updates weekly. So it begs the question, why are they taking so long? From what I've seen, they don't really communicate too much with the community. And if they delay, they don't say it either. They just stay quiet. It's basically we expect anything to happen. I'm not sure why they're taking so long. And I don't know what's causing this, but it feels like this for them is just a slow year with updating. Another thing I'd like to mention is the community seems to be a lot more toxic than usual. I say this because when playing some games, there can be a lot of toxic individuals in the game. And most of the time it's usually people it just seems like more people are becoming toxic or doing a lot of other types of activities. For example, like teaming. Teaming is I've seen it a lot more recently than usual. I mean, teaming is like you expect it, but it's a lot more than recently. In fact, I was getting teamed a while back for some reason, in fact, by 3 people, and the reason being behind that was because I beat them in a 1v1. I'm not sure why this is happening or why teaming is more, common. It's just starting to pick up as a trend. And most of the time, you do end up actually getting to 1v1 the individual, but usually they always end up teaming you out of frustration or out of fun. And it's not just people with lower kills, like around 1,000 to 10,000 kills. It's people with higher kills as well. A lot higher. Like 30,000 kills and more. I'm not sure why, but the ones who have higher kills won't really team you as long as you don't have the friend group. It's usually the lower kills who will start a war, mainly because they're either upset or they're making excuses about something that never happened. Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, part of excuses, a lot of people, a lot of like people are starting to make more excuses each time. Like when you're fighting somebody, there's always one excuse they have to put out before you fight, or during the fight, or after the fight they lose. It's always excuses after excuses. I'm not sure why. This newer era is starting to have a lot more toxic players coming in the game, and it's kind of ruining the game as well. So there's a lot of newer players that are playing the game, and the problem is there's a lot of toxic players and sweaty players ruining that experience for them. And it's making most of these players who've just tried the game leave early or try to play in private servers, but the experience isn't as interesting if you were in a public server. But they can't play unless there's some sweaty dude attacking them consistently for no reason. And that's a problem. With that, I'm not sure what they're capable of doing in that situation. It's starting to feel like this specific era or year is not really a good one in general. I don't know what we can do about it. I don't know what the owners are doing. I hope they can start to wake up and do something with their game. Another thing I'd like to point out is the game is starting to get boring and a little bit more repetitive and more toxic. Like I said with the toxic part, that you don't have to worry about. I'm not gonna explain again. But the repetitive part, considering the fact that now people just go up, kill, gain kills, get emotes. Yeah, it's just really all that. Another problem that stands before is there isn't anything really new to it, as it's really just waiting for another move or character to come out to try and mess around with. That being said, the game has started to become a little stale, especially with how the game is, how the game's updating progression is going. I just think maybe this game could be fixed if they actually said why they won't update this week. Basically, more communication and maybe more, maybe listen to the community more when it comes to certain problems that arise. But let's be real here. That may never happen. Mainly because they don't talk to anybody. They completely just stay silent. And then if a riot goes out with the Discord members, they do absolutely nothing. Either just mute and shut up and just stay quiet. It's just, yeah. This may could this could not be the worst year, but depending on how the rest of the years go on, if they change, then 2025 could be the worst year for Strongest Battlegrounds. Oh well, that's all I got. I'll see you. That's all I have for you. Anyways, I'll see you.